we are back. I'm Richard RJ Eskow, and a big story this week involved Facebook. This got all of our conservative friends in a high dudgeon. The story from former Facebook workers was presented as, well, we always suppressed conservative news stories in trend line, in feed lines, whatever you call it, Facebook feed on Facebook. And since we cover a lot of new technology here, I thought it would be worth talking about a little bit. Now, the story is originally written up in Gizmodo, said Facebook workers routinely suppressed news stories of interest to conservative readers from the trending news section. That's what it was. Okay. Now, here's the deal with that. First of all, it created a lot of action on the right. Senator John Thune has been causing a fuss about this. In fact, Senator Thune has written a letter to Facebook demanding to know, quote, if there's any level of subjectivity, end quote, associated with the trending news section on Facebook. Now, here's the big Silicon Valley secret. This is why I keep saying people are being hoodwinked and defrauded by the way a lot of these technology companies present themselves. Of course, there's a level of subjectivity. Every algorithm ever written was written by a human being and embeds within it the biases and prejudices of human beings. Now, if you add to that the fact that most of these technology companies that claim to do everything on a completely automated basis are actually using human judgment in the middle of it, then of course there's human judgment. But what's really interesting to me is that when I wrote something a year or two ago saying that we should regulate these big companies, Facebook, Google, Amazon, that we should regulate them as public utilities. I had a whole argument for that. One was that they are so powerful and ever present in our lives. Two is that they were created with government technology, including the internet itself. Three is that tax breaks and all sorts of other advantages helped some of them get ahead. I mean, I had a whole argument. I was attacked as a maniac and an idiot by the right. And yet here we have the right wing now in a fury saying that Facebook needs to be investigated by the United States Senate, needs to be invested by the United States government. Whatever happened to good old conservatism, guys? Whatever happened to the idea that no, you can't do that because the free market rules everything and corporations are persons? Whatever happened to that? Well, I'll tell you what happened to it. Whenever conservatives feel that it's their ox being gored, then all of a sudden they go from being free market advocates to being government control types. Now, my argument made a lot more sense than theirs, because under my argument, there would be a kind of fairness doctrine, or there would be alternatives to Facebook so that people were not obligated to have their reality filtered by organizations like Facebook and Google and Amazon, because trust me, they do distort your reality. Amazon tells you books aren't available when they are available. It misleads readers. These companies can manipulate prices online so that you see a different price than other people see. And yes, they can manipulate content, including in your feed, and make you think that you're seeing everything. That's wrong. It's threatening. It's dangerous. And we haven't even gotten into the privacy part. But the conservatives are hypocrites.